What's up, everybody? I am Tim. This is Evil Penguin Games, and today we're going to do a show called Tabletop Talk. Basically, we're just going to discuss anything that's tabletop related, different subjects, things like that. So, right now, my partner in crime, what's your name?
My name's Chris.
So, Chris, what got you started playing tabletop games?
So I had a buddy probably about 6-7 years ago. He just needed another player for like a D&D campaign. He's like, I really want to do it. Like, let's play. Like, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, that's not my style. I don't really do it that much. And that wasn't like, we played like a couple games, and it was over the internet. It was Roll20, and so I didn't really get the full experience. And then probably about 3 years ago, one of our mutual friends was like, same idea. Hey, we need a fifth. We need one more person to be able to play. And I was like, okay, why not? And this was in person. I had the books this time, and I went all in, and that was it. Now I play as much as possible, texting people like, hey man, you want to do a one-off tomorrow? Like, I have work. Quit. That never seems to work though. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well,
I know with me, I was 14 years old, and a buddy of mine came over to another friend's house, hadn't seen him in a while, and he started playing Vampire the Masquerade.
sure.
And he just started telling me about the game and everything you could do, and I'd played a lot of video games and whatnot, but he was telling me about the game and all the books he bought, and I'm like, I love every single thing about this. Like, I love the idea of, deciding what goes on, so you're not limited to press A or B. It was just that concept of having complete free reign over what to do.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely loved.
And that definitely kind of helped with me too, like going from, you're playing, like Elder Scrolls games and stuff like that, being like, okay, cool, like I want to make this character and I want to make him do things. Just be like, oh, like I'm going to pretend that he's this is his backstory, even though the game tells you something different, and then getting into, a few years ago, like Divinity, Original Sin, and being like, oh, this is super cool, you can do, like, anything. And then being like, oh, these all came from this, and now I just, I can actually do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do want to make a blind swordsman that sees with his ears and gets disadvantage in all perception checks, but it could be fun, so...
Can I buy a goblin?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you can. You legitimately can. There's a table for that, I've realized. There's a table for anything. Can we buy a bar? Yes, you can. There's a legitimate table. No problem.
So, your first experience role-playing, you said it was with a person we both knew?
Yeah, it was, They needed to fill out a roster, and they're like, hey, you're a nerd. I'm like, you are correct. And so I was like, okay, what do I like, you should play with us. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll, my first foray into it, I was like, bards are cool, right? And they're cool, but there's a lot of spells and a lot of this and a lot of that. So, 3 or 4 sessions in, we get to this huge set piece where it's like, the portal opens up to the past, and it's pulling everybody in, and my bard goes, no. What? No, it doesn't. I leave. Okay, you can do that, but now you're splitting the party. Yeah. I'd talk to the DM really, be like, hey man, I'm not doing, I want to keep playing, this is super fun, but I don't get spells, and I don't get this, and I don't get that, but I want some magic, so I looked into it, and so as they're learning the world, I'm in the back okay, let's see, a paladin can choose spells, that sounds like a good idea. And probably, it's now about 2 years passed, and I've been playing Paladin ever since. I love it. It was always super fun. Just what do I want to do? I want to hit stuff with the power of God. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's hit stuff with the power of God.
So you played D&D. See, my first role-playing experience, real role-playing experience was actually with Shadowrun.
Okay.
So I remember going over to a friend's apartment. I was 17, and they had all the books out, and I was just like, this looks really cool. where Shadowrun was different than D&D, it's not medieval and things like that, but Shadowrun is in contemporary times if magic had all of a sudden happened. And it's just very gritty, and they added cyberpunk, and it was just seemed like the coolest thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really funny because I had no idea what I was doing, and I hadn't read any of the books because he was just like, "We're gonna pull an all-nighter and play. Do you want to stay?" I was like, "I don't have to work in the morning. Absolutely."
Why not?
So like, I made a troll, and I was like, "He's 6 feet tall," and they looked at me like I was an idiot, like, "You're a really short troll," and I'm like. I don't care. I just went through it and I made a completely terrible character, but it was hilarious. And they made fun of me in character like all night because my troll was like 2 foot shorter than theirs. And my buddy that helped me, he made a character, but he forgot to fill out his inventory. So he was a human with almost no equipment and terrible night. Like, he rolled an epic fail. He shot me with a gun, and
like in real life, it was crazy,
right? I had to roll to try to have him remove bullets from my butt that he shot me in. I tried to go over a car with a motorcycle and went through the window. It was just terrible characters having the most fun, and it's always trying to replicate that first high, that first fun that I got that night.
And like that's one of my favorite parts. Is you're always going to get those like all of a sudden like that's one of the reasons why I kind of switched over to DMing a lot more, because I like seeing like everyone's face and being like, yeah, no, it's a normal bar except for this. Like I was like, wait, did he rewind? You said what? Like going in like one of my party had like a couple sessions ago. Our party's on a murder hobo party, but they're quick to attack, and so ironically, they had recently purchased a goblin, and this lo and behold, a paladin, nice random side quest paladin comes in, is like, we need help. We have such and such thing killing such and such thing because they got farther in this campaign than I was expecting in one night. So yeah, okay, what monster can they? That's the right level. We'll do that. You need to go down and kill that. They're like, oh, okay, cool. And then, they're like, oh, we want to show them the goblin. I'm like, goblins are monsters, probably not a good idea. And they're like, don't care. Look. Paladin's like, monster. Goes to attack, and I'm like, whoa. We're going to kill you. And so, instead of going to kill the monster, they had a fun court date. So, pretty fun, it's standard. There was a jailbreak. There was the cleric sneaking into the jail and being like, I cast blindness on him. It's like, not a very cleric-y thing to do. Oh. And I give him a hug after. It's like, okay, cool, that works too. Yeah, whatever.
It's all balanced.
Oh, right? Yeah, exactly, yeah. I killed this guy, but I also say a nice thing about his funeral. Like, it's all yin and yang. So
I'm sure Dahmer had his good traits, right?
Maybe.
Ask Zac Efron.
I was gonna say, Zac Efron's got some really good traits. So in this general area, talking about his singing voice, God. Me. Tim, get your head in the game. Come on.
So, what all role-playing games have you played?
Mainly 5e. The D&D 5e right now. I got a friend who is just constantly wanting me to play Starfinder. You can be a mouse person. Oh, with an exosuit. Oh, and you can hide ammo in your cheeks. Where do I buy the book? Where's the closest place to buy the book? Can I overnight it on Amazon? Yes, I can.
Come to find out, his wife had already bought the book.
Yeah, because you told her there were dice involved. Because she needs another reason to buy dice, just like I do. But mostly 5e for the moment. I'm getting more and more into just tabletop in general. Coming over here playing new and exciting things every time, and just kind of realizing that much like in D&D, there's a table for that. There's a board game for that too. Like there's a tabletop something for it, and you know the right way to hook me with like, we could play a Cthulhu-based dice game. Okay, let's do that. Now I'm saying, well, like, can I overnight this Cthulhu-based dice game? The game shop's still open. Let's go. So, but like I want to get more and more into, because I want to play Pathfinder and Starfinder. I don't know if I'm ready to DM that just yet.
Yeah.
I've got an okay handle on 5e because it's from what people tell me, it's all the other versions, but you take off all the complex stuff. So
yes,
I don't know about that.
D&D is an amazing game. It is just a lot simpler. It does what it does.
Yeah.
It is a fun game, but you take out some of the extra stuff.
Which to me sounds insane, because at home I have a bookshelf of that thick of just all the books I need just to do this. Like, you need that one monster. I'm like, Volo's Guide. No, Xanathar's. No, okay.
To be fair, like you're talking a lot of other supplements that you don't have to.
Yeah, but then again, the Starfinder book's also about that thick by itself.
Okay, that's fair too.
And you can't tell me that it's because it's 2 books in one, because these are 2 books, and it's about that much thicker, and there's a DM screen on that one. You can't tell me it's because of that. Because I own that book, and I got about 8 pages in, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. Where did they talk about? They didn't talk about that yet. Okay, see page 95 from 95. What? So I don't know. You and I both know that we're gonna get together and play that, but I gotta sit down and I gotta really read that book. Like, okay, what is this? What is that? Like, because my problem is I'm like trying to find the this equals this in from 5e. Like, okay, so this is so like it starts off with like, oh, strength. Okay, cool, yeah, dex, that all makes sense. Gusto, what? A certain je ne sais quoi. What? Wait, where is that on the D&D 5e book? What? No, I'm still getting used to all the extras and stuff you can do, but I mean, you told me I could be a space rat person pilot who stores ammo and guns in his cheeks and rides a mecha suit. And you and I both know
it's true.
Every encounter, you'd be like, we're going, let's do this. Did he just, you got ammo in his cheeks? Yeah, need some? There you go. No? No.
So you always want to be the rat person. My always go-to is the goblin. It's just my favorite character.
It's the same thing, just hairless, right there.
No, they have their own qualities.
Right, no tails.
Yeah, that's true. And slightly green.
Yeah. That's in completely.
As far as role-playing games that I have played Vampire the Masquerade. Shadowrun was the big portion when I was younger. D&D 5e, little D&D 4th edition, Starfinder, and some Tales of Arcana. And there's some other ones that I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I haven't gotten to actually play yet, but what?
It's like half my life right now. It's just like, what's gonna happen next week?
I've listened to a lot of Call of Cthulhu with Cthulhu and Friends, Glass Cannon podcast with Pathfinder, Androids and Aliens. Also Glass Cannon Network, just a lot of, it's really helped kind of get me into role-playing and just kind of show me what is possible, because they're really, really good podcasts. I highly recommend anybody checking those guys out.
Yeah, and I would say, like, when I first, like, before I, like, right as I started, I had a buddy who was like, okay, like, listen, like, watch, this one, Critical Role, like, they give you a pretty good handle on everything that's going on, stuff like that. So I was watching that, I was like, oh, and half the time it's like, why do I know that voice? And all of a sudden Illidan pops into my head. I'm like, that's the same guy from World of Warcraft? What? I'm playing then I'm now I'm playing a game and I'm like, that voice sounds super familiar. Oh, it's because it's this person that I've listened to for hours upon hours on end now. And
yeah,
so
I'm only halfway through Glass Cannon Network, and I'm on episode 110.
Yeah, you know, you.
Androids and Aliens, though, like, that is a weekly wait. I, like, wait for Wednesday morning when I wake up and I can listen to the new episode.
Like, just like a kid on Saturday morning, he's like, they're just refreshing the page, like, it's gonna start soon. It's gonna be pajamas, like, it's gonna happen. Come on. Now, time zone differences. So, because that's always fun to deal with.
So, you said, what is your normal role in playing? GM or player?
Right now it's a pretty big, or it's a pretty perfect split. I'm DMing a game right now, and I'm also playing in a game. I think I prefer, depending on the day of the week, it seems, DMing, even though I'm getting more and more gray in my beard every time. And how long have you been GMing?
Longer than you.
Yeah, exactly. I've got let's see, 6 months there. No. Yeah, and because I've always been the one, like, I love the wow factor, and, like, in anything I do, like, if I'm, at work, I'm like, boom, like, you can do this. Like, well, I can. Same idea, like, I love being able to, like, have that, like, random wow factor of, like, you kill it, and then you find this. Like, what does it do? Like, you're gonna have to find out. Like, you're gonna have to do that, that ritual to figure out what it does, and then you're gonna find out it does nothing. Damn. Wah, wah, wah. Or, I'm a huge fan of, the description aspect, and, we're a very, the game we're playing as isn't as heavy into the RP. It's a lot more of the number set and the this and the story, where the game that I DM is very, very RP driven. Like, it's hard to sometimes tell when someone's still in character and just trying to say something. It's like, wait, why did Aloric just talk about his cell phone? Wait, oh, that was normal. That was okay. Didn't notice. And so
he was still an accent.
Yeah, he doesn't drop it. But that's my favorite part is I'm one of those people, driving here, I'm singing Disney tunes, but in random different voices, just for giggles and trying to figure out I had a buddy who was like, oh, it's kind of oh, so you play that that Dungeons and Dragons game, right? I was like, yeah, actually, I'm the the storyteller of it. Oh, so you do the voices? Like, yeah, no, it's super fun, I love it. He's like, do a voice. I'm like, give me a character. He's like, okay, it's a wizard. I'm like, okay, in my head, I'm like, okay, wizard, tall, holding himself, so it's but he, evil, and so I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, thinking, okay, make the voice a little bit, and then all of a sudden he's and he's hunched and super wiggly, and I'm like this? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, cool. What just happened?
Just remember, if it's a dwarf, it's against the law to be anything other than Scottish.
Yeah, so that's why I don't allow dwarves in my party, because I don't want to offend anyone with my horrible Scottish accent, which even I can't tell isn't going back and forth between Irish. So it's a lot of elves in my campaign. A lot of people yeah, so are you. A lot of snooty people, even though half of my characters that my players play come from this, they're all charlatan from the streets. We just had a new player come in. She's like, I'm an urban bounty hunter because my family kicked me out. I'm like, his family kicked him out. She's from this. All of you are just street urchins, yet somehow in the world you have somehow gained a bar, and one of you is a goblin king. That's how I describe D&D. You can be anything. You can come from the streets. 2 years later, you're the king of goblins. So
fantastic.
Well,
No. With me, I was a GM for a long time because, as anybody that plays role-playing games knows, the moment everybody wants to play, but then it's who's gonna be the game master, and then nobody talks. So then there's an argument for 2 hours, and finally somebody concedes.
Then it's too late to play.
This was my life. So I basically, I just wanted to play. It always starts out with, well, I'll game master right now if you'll do it later. Sure, later never comes.
Yeah, 6 years later.
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of how I ended up starting to play more, because I was the game master because nobody else wanted to do it, and I still just wanted to play. That being said, too, being the game master has so many more benefits sometimes than being the player, because like like you said, you're just thinking of things to do at work.
Yeah.
Like I have entire worlds that I just build in my head and I want to explore, and then you're more limited by your players because you want them to do all the things that you thought about, and you're like, oh my god, I hope he chooses left, because if he chooses left, then I can do this, and a dragon pops out, or like he can go on this side quest, and then what do they want to do? I'm going to go to the bar for information. I gave you a gift wrapped thing here in front of you. I'm going to go to the empty house over there. What's in the empty house? It's an empty house.
I don't know.
Roll a perception. 20. The house is empty. Go back out to the shining dragon in front.
Leave the house. And literally gift wrapped it for you. My least favorite thing to hear, and if there's any advice I can give anybody wanting to like DM, GM, is take all of the names that you think you're going to need, and then double them, and then triple them. Because my least favorite thing to hear is, what's his name? Yeah.
It's Larry
Yeah.
and Barry. They're twins.
I've just started naming religions. This is he's Lutheran. Oh, okay. Like, what's his
Scientology
name?
just came waltzing up.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Buddha. The religion, not the person.
Religion, not the person.
Yeah. No, I had one just last time where I thought I had everything. Like I have the map drawn. I have where everyone is. I have the names of all the important characters. Immediately, someone walks up to the bar. All right, I need a drink. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm good. Here's a drink for you. Is that cool? What's your name?
Hours of preparation.
Yeah, down the drain with what's your name? 3 words, and I'm just like pick a name, any name. Chris. That's my name. Every time it looks like the like that scene from Family Guy where it's like he's looking around the room and he just says his own name piece by piece. I'm like, I did that to you. Damn it. Just always having that issue of like, what's like, where are they gonna go? What's gonna happen? Like, see, you're probably a little bit better prepared than I am doing it longer. Like, okay, if they go left, they can go here, and if they go right, they go here. For me, it's if they go left, they can go here. If they go right, I'm improvising.
See, that's where I strive, is improvisation.
Yeah.
I am terrible, just like I was at school. I will procrastinate to the bitter end. I mean, I'll get what I need, but then I'm like, I could go out and plan this, or we could see what happens.
See, I guess my issue is always, I could figure out what's going to happen, or I can make another hypothetical character that I'm never going to play because they need a GM. And so I got pages on pages of just like, oh cool, like the heavy hitting paladin, and like the honorable blind swordsman, and like this, and then this person, and this. I'm GMing again. Okay. You're gonna meet these characters, and they're gonna kick your ass. That's what's gonna happen.
Come one night, and you're literally just sitting with 5 character sheets in front of you, playing alone.
The gang's all here. Yeah, no, I love it though. Like just what's gonna happen? The out of left field that they come up with and things that they want to do is always fun too, because there's no matter the amount of preparation, someone's gonna be like, I want to go find a secret wall. I go, well, there isn't one, but we can try. You can try. We'll see what happens. And sometimes they roll so well, like I gotta give it to them. Like in my head, like on the map, it's a wall. There's nothing behind it. 20 with a bonus of 17, like Yeah, man, that was so good. You created a secret. I can't not give that to you. Because your next roll is going to be a 1 to find the trap that I've just made right there, and you're going to lose half your health. So let's do this one. But that's just my favorite part. Is just like, what's going to happen? What's next? This, that, and gold. Like weapons, gold, the whole 9 yards is always, I would have to say like. RP's super fun, but for my main group is it's combat RP.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a group or like played in a group that is more let's taunt the enemy as he's running us through with the sword. Like you take 32 points of damage. Alrighty. Suck it. How much health do you have left? 5. Okay, he's got another attack. You understand that, right? Yeah,
bring it.
I continue to say suck it. Like, as he swings at me, suck. And I'm unconscious.
I regret nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's always super fun to like see how like people react and how like you try to think of like how my big issue when I first started was figuring how how such and such person would react, like how the player would react. I'm like, oh well, that's not going to work because they're not them right now. This may be the tight-knit upstart who's ready to, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, get home. But they're playing, like, slavery, the thievy, like, something. And it's like, yeah, like, he's going to want to do the right thing. It's like, I want to steal all of their money. It's a child. Then their piggy bank. Can we not steal their children? No, I'm going to, like, where did you even get that voice? Like, who taught you these things?
So what would you say your favorite thing to do in the game is?
So I guess one of my favorite things to do is, like, I will boast that I'm I'm your friend, I'm your pal, I'm just here to tell the story, and then throw something big at you, I'm not against you. I know you guys are level 6. Don't worry about the gold dragon mini I just brought out. Don't worry about that. You're fine. Or the other gold dragon. I always half the time I just want to like fudge the numbers so that they I can safely say that I've never fudged them. Like you think you're gonna have to like that is a legitimate situation. Boom, gold dragon. And okay, they're probably gonna get halfway through this fight, and all of a sudden the gold dragon's like, oh, he's getting tired. He's not gonna do as much damage. And then all of a sudden the barbarian's like, I want to jump on the back of the dragon. Cool, do that. Okay, my weapon has a chain on it, right? Yeah. I want to choke the dragon.
You want to do what to the dragon?
There's a table. I know there is, but I don't want to find it. And 6 turns later, your gold dragon's turning blue as he's got a choke slam on the dragon, and everyone else is stabbing in the legs. I'm like, I don't have to fudge any of these numbers because it can't move because it can't breathe. So always a fun time. I would say if there's any time I thought I was gonna have to be like, it rolls not a 20, was gonna be that, and it's nope. It's a strength check. It's a dragon. It'll break out of it.
No.
Why is there a negative on that die? What? It's always that's I think my favorite part is it's the whole game. It's hard to pick a favorite because it's very much just the what's gonna happen, the random rolling a table out to see let's pick a side quest for them, pulling out the table while I'm at home and trying to figure out what's gonna be this with this with this. Okay, cool. Write it down. Just trying to and it just even attempting to figure out what they're gonna do, and know that I could sit here for 100 hours, come up with 1,000 scenarios, and they're gonna come up with 1,001, and know that they're gonna take the one. So, and that's it's like a movie that you just can't get spoilers for, because you just never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's players will always throw a wrench in anything that you do, no matter how much you prep. Players will always find a way to do that one thing you didn't think they could do, they'll find a way.
Oh yeah.
Always find a way.
I could, like, given time, I never would have thought of choke the dragon. Like, wouldn't have done it, yeah. And then, nope, and then, it was like turn 2. Like, it wasn't even, like, far in. It was his first thought. Like, first thought was dragon, second thought was, I've got a chain, and I can make dragon stop breathing, I bet. Yep, let's roll some d20s to figure out what happens. Like, because I'm, like, when I DM, very much am, like, when it comes down to the order of operations, it's fun first. Like, we're playing a game. Like, let's have fun. Like, I'm not the guy who's like, well, you can't do that because, you know, this restriction and this and that. I'm very much the kind of guy who's like, yeah, let's figure it out. Like, you roll, I'll set a DC, like, randomly, or I'll roll against it, see what happens, and, you know, if it works, it's going to be fun. Then storytelling, like, you got to get through the story. It's more of the game. You know, it is the end of, you know, that's what we're trying to do, is tell a story. Right. And then rules if I have to. Like, honestly, like you stay within the big set of rules, but, you know, it's, as long as everyone's pretty much, you know, not trying to do anything crazy, I'm pretty much like, go for it. Like,
yeah, I'm generally a believer of fun first. Yeah, yeah. Just because that's the whole point. You want to keep everybody coming back and enjoying themselves.
And there are some people who though, like, the rules are the fun part for them. Like, knowing all the rules and, like, knowing, like not always around them, but how to play those rules to their favor, things like that. And, like, that's something I could never do, because I'll look at something and be like, that's the rule. Like, because I read an article, like, a few months ago that said, like, oh, all mages should take crossbow expert. I'm like, I don't want a mage need crossbow expert for. Oh, because the wording at the very end says you don't get disadvantage with ranged attacks. Not ranged weapon attacks, ranged attacks. So, that frostbolt spell you're going to throw out, yeah, you don't get disadvantage when you're right here. Like, it's one of those things that I never would have thought of. And reading this, I'm like, yeah, it's worded that way. That's exactly, yeah, perfect. And now I tell a lot of my players, like, you know, like, you're getting, like, you're gonna, like, depending on the setting, like, if you're, you know, dungeon crawling a bunch, it's gonna be hard to get those ranged spell attacks. Like, you may get jumped, and you're like, you're right next to me, and you know, like, hey, like, think about crossbow expert, like, about this, or, like, you know, looking and rereading all of the feats again, thinking about, like how does this word it exactly? Like, how does that actually mean? Like, to say weapon attack or just attack? If it just says attack, that opens up a lot of stuff. And it's something I'm not good at, but I know a couple of my players are super good at it. And
see, that's where, like, whenever I build a character or things like that, I do not pay attention to any of that. I am 100% flavor, story. I don't care. Like, obviously, you know, you want something that's going to be able to attack and whatnot there, but, like, I don't care about maxing stats or anything like that. I just want to have
a goblin that steals goblin.
I want a goblin that I can smooth talk my way out of everything and be funny and
into everything.
Super sassy. Sassy is the key.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's like for me, it quickly just jumped from a, like, one night every couple weeks thing to, you know, joining someone. Like, how I, like, originally started DMing was, you know, I was playing with a group who, a lot of them were new to the game, and the DM was new to the game, and so he was trying to do a fully custom campaign, and they were trying to do fully custom things with homebrew things, and it's like, you know, that's just super hard. And I was playing with them, like, hey man, like, you want me to, like, DM a couple one-offs or, like, something, like, you know, like, just like a small story, so you can kind of get, like, more of the other side of the game, like, get your character down, and then just kind of equate that to, because once you kind of get their character down, it's, you know, you have the extra DM stuff, but a lot of it can just be, you know, on the fly, like, read the book, a couple pages here and there to figure out what they're talking about, and it's like, yeah, I appreciate that, but thanks. And, you know, like you said, you know, a couple games turns into a couple weeks, and then a couple weeks turns into a couple months, and now, you know, I've got, like, 6 books being like, well, you know, I really want to add a werewolf, but they're not in the actual, like, the standard game, and I got to get this book, and it's only $60 only, and I'm going to use a werewolf once, yeah, I'll buy the book. Like, you know, I went from not knowing there was a game shop in town to knowing all of the game shop owners in town by name. Hey Chris, hey man, how you doing? Good, we got that mini in that you were wanting. Oh sweet. Like I went like, and me not thinking ahead, like, you know, first ran like a homebrew campaign and like playing around with it and like having a lot of fun, and then switching over to, you know, my characters just ran, or not my players just ran Waterdeep, Dragon Heist, and super fun campaign. It was really nice to be able to kind of, you know, not have to worry as much on the other end, being like, okay, like it's all in the book. Like if they have a question, it is just flip through the book, find it if I haven't thought about it, and it's really nice. And you know, but me not looking ahead, like I got in, like my wife started collecting dice, like it's her like it's her drug, and for me it quickly became minis, because it was, you know, it's being able to pull something out of a bag and having someone visually see, like, you know, here's the 4 bandits, like, oh okay, like it changes it from looking at like 4 dice to 4 minis of like, these are what you're fighting, this is what it's going to be. And you know, not looking ahead in the book, being like, oh, okay, what are they gonna like? What, okay, like I you know, in a couple days they're gonna, you know, play. I gotta figure out what's gonna happen next. It's a dragon. I don't have that many. And now you know the situation, because I'm like, hey Tim, yeah, I'm doing good now. Do you have a dragon mini?
I remember this phone call.
Yep. Yeah. No. Oh no. Running all the game shops and then being like, no, we don't have any dragons, but we do have the, you know, the blind box that had, like, it's got a 1 in 80 chance of, don't care, cool, 4 of them, thanks man. Getting those, and then, you know, next week.
No less than 1 week, a single week after he bought all the blind boxes, they got 3 different dragon miniatures into the store.
Big ones too. So my players went from, like, I got something that was like dragon adjacent, be like, cool, took it, spray painted it gold real fast, was like, there you go guys, gold dragon. But it's actually like this big, not that big. And then he comes to me like, hey, you been over to the game shop recently? No, I haven't head over there yet. I'm going to get paid. Oh, because they got like 6 dragon minis. What? And I go in there like, yeah man, you're looking for a dragon, so we ordered you some. You did what? This is like Monday, the game happens on Sunday, and I'm like, I appreciate that, and now I feel obligated to buy those. I'll take 2. On the beach. Because, you know, dragons made for life, right? So I gotta have 2.
But your players still got to see a dragon. Like it was the whole point. Like you got to use the imagination.
Right, and like
that's what my favorite part of the game is.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you. So back, like I said, when I was forced into GMing originally, but I can like I said, you know, like nobody wanted to do it, so like I stepped up. So I can remember the moment where I was like, this isn't so bad. So I was playing Shadowrun, and I had all my players. They were in a parking garage, surrounded by like a gang, and there was a shootout, and they were rolling bad. Like they were getting hammered down. And finally, one of the characters was an elf, and he had a favor from a fire elemental, and so he rolled really, really good. And so at that point, I was like, okay, they were able to do enough damage, but all of a sudden summoned the fire elemental, and I described this thing shooting through the cars in the parking garage, going through, able to kill and save them, and just the look of sheer jaw-dropping amazement on their face, because I showed them what they wanted. I was like the action movie that we all desired, we wanted, and it was at that moment when I saw their face, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is where I can create worlds, and I can make people want to hear what I say.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, most of us want to be a hero or a villain, and like, you get like, tabletop gaming gives you that chance so easily, like, because you, with a pencil, paper, and, you know, a little bit of time, you're like, well, you know, cool, like, I've made, like, exactly what I wanted, like, what I want, like, exactly what I want to be, and, like, you can watch, if you if you could look at like my Excel sheets, it goes hand in hand with like what I've been doing lately. Like, oh, like, you know, I get back into WoW and I'm playing a paladin, and then all of a sudden, like, I get a brand new paladin like character sheet, and then, you know, like I'm playing like Sekiro, and like playing like a you know, a very, you know, Asian styled like character, and then all of a sudden, like, I have a blind swordsman, and then like, you know, like they go hand in hand. And you know, my first paladin, literally his name is Farron, and it's like, you know, I took every element from like Dark Souls that I love. I'm like, you can do this. Your god's gonna be Artorias. Like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I'm just making like, you know, I'm just making a Dark Souls.
You are making the video game you just played.
Exactly.
You are making
Exactly. Like, man,
I wish I can't do this in the video game, so I'm gonna make him do it over here.
Exactly. I really wish you would do this. Well, I can't. There's no button for that. I can just say it.
There's a dice for
there's
that.
Yeah, there's at least 6. Like, and that's like that. Oh, it's so fun just being able to, like, it's very rare that if my players ask, like, can I do this? It's very rare that I say no, because like my buddy always said that what got him into D&D, or what got him into tabletop role playing, was like, same idea. They're like, hey, we need a fifth, like, you know, just round out the party. Whatever you want to be. Like, I don't know what game he was playing, but like, can I have lightsaber nunchucks? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm in. So, that was his game. He didn't care about the world. He didn't care about anything except for if he could have lightsaber nunchucks. And with that, yes, it's, you know, been the slippery slope of just tabletop board games ever since. Like, and like, it was the same kind of thing with me. Like, you know, like, can I make a paladin? Yeah, that's a thing you can do. Dope. Can it be from Dark Souls? Yeah, why not? Let's do this. That, like, and like that no could have been like, okay, like, I'll still play, but like, you know, there isn't that extra like little heart in that character. And like, I may like, it's always funny to think about, like, if my GM had said, I don't know, man, like, let's stick to like the pantheon that like the game gives us. I would have been like, okay, and I'll be on Google trying to figure out like, what god is a lot like the god I want to be. But instead of just being like, yes, like, you know, the improv yes and situation of just like why say no? Because it's way more fun to say yes and see what your characters do. Like, is there this in town? Yes, there is now. Like, you know, I've got a map drawn out, and all of a sudden, like, is there one of these in town? Like, square here to represent that? Yes, there is now. Construction just finished. Boom. Like, and like, just having that option of just being able to say like yeah, you can do that. Like, you want to try to jump the chasm? Yeah, you can. Have a second character written out. Like, I tell my players every time, like, make sure to have a second character. Like, I don't want to kill your party. Like, I want to see this through as much as you do, because I write all this stuff.
You heard him just say that he enjoyed putting out 2 dragons. He doesn't want to kill you.
I don't want, but okay. So these dragons mate for life. You can't have one without the other. Like, it just makes sense, right? Like, obviously, thematically, they're gonna agree with you, man. Like, just tell me. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
I didn't want a total party kill. I did.
It just happened. They didn't both have to use the breath attack on the same turn, but the cooldown finished on the same turn, so it just made sense. Like,
obviously.
Yeah, right? So, you know, dragons aren't like, you know, hey, well, they're being nice to me, so maybe. Like, I would say that was my biggest thing when I first started D&D, was that, like going from, you know, video games where a dragon is a monster, like, oh, it's a dragon, kill it, like, to D&D where it's like a dragon is like a living thing that knows what's happening and it's talking to you. Like, you walk in, it's like, hello. It's like, that's a dragon. That's a big dragon. It's like, yeah, and I'm just living here. You walked into my house. What do you need? Like, we sell cookies because cookies are good, but you have a sword out, so I don't think it's cookies. And like, having that idea, like, just learning more and more about like that kind of stuff is always so fun. Like, it's what I love about like new supplements and things like that. Even though someone doesn't agree with me that the supplements are new, but yeah, if it's, you know, like, I've never heard someone say that these books are reruns, but
this is a different argument, Dungeons and Dragons has a habit of re-releasing content that they have made in the past.
I love the
Now,
new...
it doesn't change the fact that it's good. It's sold well before, and it's going to sell well again with the new edition. Nobody's disputing that. It's just something that Wizards of the Coast does.
I love the HD re-releases of the old books. I love them. They're great. What'd you guys do? We took it, we changed the numbers a little bit, and the font size is slightly crisper.
Have you seen this artwork?
Okay, we can't even say that because you won't.
Only the GM will see and appreciate
Exactly.
the artwork.
Yeah. Or I went going through the monster manual. Like on the cover is the just the super. Where's my monster manual? Right there on top. My favorite book. Like the. The Beholder, and then all of a sudden you get to Beholder in here, and it's like just a fat little like, is that the same creature? Like, what? And like I'm going in to like talk to a guy about getting like a tattoo of one. I'm like, I want the one on the cover, not the one on the inside page, because I don't want you just to go done. Like I don't want that. That's the artwork is always so fun. Depending on which page you're looking at, like look at the cool Beholder, and also look at the balloon we glued eyes onto. Like, I think that's like looking back and seeing the really, really, really old, like the original artwork. Like,
yeah.
I to this day still need to go pick up the Art and Arcana like collector's edition that they did, because like, why does everyone look like Conan in the old ones? Like,
or even like was it the orcs used to be like pig people?
Yeah, like. I still did that kind of stuff is always fun to me, like seeing how it all evolved, and how it kind of definitely to me video games and Legend of Zelda and all this came first because in my brain because that's what I played first. I'm like, that character looks a lot like something from Legend of Zelda. I think they just ripped it off, and someone being like, dude, this came out the 70s. Yeah, well, this video of the game that came out 2 days ago, they totally ripped it off from them.
Can't fight science.
Yeah, exactly. It was new. It came first in my brain, so it came first in general. But it's become my vice. Just being texting people and being like, hey, what are you doing right now? Nothing. Want to come over? I'm sending you up texts, but for D&D. Hey, you up? Yeah. You got a character written? Yeah. Come on over. Let's do this. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm just going mass text, send, just auto text. Hey, you up? You got a character sheet made? Come on over. I figured out this really fun thing that I want to try once. Get in, play it. Cool. Get in my house. Because you can't play test without people, right? It's quality control is what it is. So when I text you at 4 a.m. being okay, what if Beholder had only one eye stock, but then all of the other one of the one, it was super powerful. Yeah, come on over. Make a level 17 character. Tim? Hello? Tim?
Why am I going straight to voicemail now?
Yeah. How did you forwarded me? What? Sooner or later, I'm gonna go straight to voicemail. And you're just gonna be 17 new. It's 4 a.m. What? And it's just gonna be the ramblings of a man. It's a kobold, but he's constantly frozen. So he's an icicle. No, he can still move. Okay, I'm intrigued but confused. That could basically be anything I create could just have the subtext intrigued and confused. What if it was a dragon, but not? Right? You get it, right? No, I really don't. I may have to write more. Oh crap! You worked all day. You come home. You think, what if this wasn't this, but could also do this? And then all of a sudden, I've created some monstrosity of and that's always super fun of just being taking something that. Because I have a couple of my players are seasoned D&D players, and so you can get the oohs and the ahs from the guy who's it's his first or second time playing.
Right.
They don't a kobold is new to them, or a a gnoll is whoa, it's a dog person, it's super dope. But the other players gnoll dog person fought 30 of them yesterday. It's not a big deal. It was okay, cool. Well, the new supplement just came out with, but apparently came out in the 70s. Like, an undead gnoll that only eats other gnolls, and that's how it becomes undead and rotting. It's cool, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like it's all, like, I won't say it's spite, but it's almost like, okay, you didn't ooh and ah the last thing I did, so it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Just
so you
escalation.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, a young gold dragon. Oh, okay. Like, what is that? Like a CR, like 7? Yeah, it is. Fine, 2 of them. Okay, that's still CR7. Like, yeah, but this one's also silver
And a zombie.
and a zombie. Like, I think
He's got your pet goldfish.
Xanathar! Like, he's got your pet goldfish. Like, yeah, and like, also, he's your father.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm not a dragonborn. Okay, you are now. I made you one. I will constantly say that I'm the
You
storyteller.
can't do that. I am the game master. I can do anything I want.
I think it's always fun, like, pulling out a set of dice and just being like rolling and then being like, wait, what? Like, you can see the characters stop, like, okay, so if we go around here and we do this, like, they're talking amongst each other, and I'm just like, and they all stop. What? Like, what? Nothing. Keep doing what you're doing. What's he writing? You're not worried about that. Hey, how do you spell necrotic?
See, I think it's fun to just randomly roll dice for no reason other than to make them like perk up. Why did he roll it? What? Like,
What?
not even doing a check, just randomly rolling dice.
I
And
just
then
dropped these. What?
I go into the hallway. Okay. Why did you roll?
You don't have to- you don't
Just
have to
keep
roll
going. Keep going.
My favorite is just the motion of, I want to go into stealth. Okay. I didn't know there was something here. And you technically still don't. What'd you roll? 1? It knows you're here, though. What is it? Perception. 2? You don't know either. So, have fun in the room. Like, because it's always fun, like, that's, like, super cool, too, is, like, seeing how certain players deal with character knowledge versus player knowledge of, like, oh, I know something's in the room because it rolled against my stealth. Or, like, but my character doesn't know that, or like I know that a gnoll is resistant to this or that, or like I know a fire elemental is immune to fire, but fire's all I got right now, so I gotta use it. Like, my player won't know that until, or my character won't know that until, okay, didn't do anything. Okay, that is a thing I know now. Like, and that, like, would I know that? Let's roll and find out. Like, let's see. Give me a history check. Give me a knowledge check. Like, like all that, and like, it's super fun to, watch your players figure things out too. Like, I am not good at making puzzles. Like, yeah. I did one and I thought, like, it'll take them hours to figure it done. I'm not done explaining the puzzle. What? Wait, what? Like, hold on a second. Like we're playing another game and I'm like sitting there like, okay, hold on, what do I gotta do for this puzzle? Like, okay, like, guys, what are we doing? Like, I don't get it. And they'd be like, I don't get it either. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, and it's just like that, like, guttural fear of, like, something's gonna happen and I don't know how to stop it. Like, and I'm like, I want to do that too. Well, there's this and there's that. And I'm like, okay, so we have to find the key that opens that one hole in the wall to turn the entire room.
This is
that's right. How'd you know that?
This is the Legend of Zelda Water Temple all over again.
Okay, listen. I'm not good at that. So yeah, maybe I'll play Legend of Zelda a couple times and be like, okay, which puzzle do I like? There's a lot of.
Oh my god, was it actually a Legend?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure plates in my game that go when you do it, but that's that has nothing to do with it. Okay, all right, so fine. Have you found that stats on the hook shot yet that I asked for? No, that's fine. I'll figure them out. I want a hook shot, like in real life.
Like in real life?
Like in legit real life. Like, just, I know.
Where's the remote?
Honey, I broke another remote. And I hit the cat. Oh, going for that now. Okay. Mm-hmm. Is that covered under our homeowner's insurance? No. We gotta move.
On that note, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any ideas or comments or things that you want us to talk about, just put it in the comments. We'll take a look at things, do anything. Because this whole point of this is to just talk about Tabletop. We've got a lot of ideas coming and just really want everybody to come there with us. We are getting up there in subscribers. We are this close to having our own URL. Share it, get the name out there, do everything you can to help.
Just go out and like shout it in your streets. Like,
Yeah,
just be like,
basically.
Just like if you live in an apartment complex, you just go to the bottom floor and you just run up the stairs. And we're like, yeah, just shouting the name. People are like, okay, what is
Evil
that? And
Penguin
they'll
Games.
Google it, and then all of a sudden that subscriber count's going up. Because like, okay, like, you know, Jimmy down the road is screaming this. I got to figure out what it is. And like, you know, yeah, I'm here. Subscribe. You know.
If you guys want to take it one step further and become a patron, go to patreon.com/evilpenguingames. We've got a few different tiers, some cool stuff in there, and that's going to go towards more content, Kickstarter games, basically just supporting the tabletop community. So thank you very much.
And just because I know he edits these, click the link that's right here.
There's no link there.
There may be a link there.
There's no link there.
Right here. He's going to fit it. It's going to be this perfect.
There's no link.
Or even better, we're just going to go, whoop. He's going to put the link up there.
Goodbye.
See it.